Here at the Starbucks Center, the Seattle Emeralds played host to the Arizona Coyotes. The Emeralds had in between the pipes was Keith Kincaid, and opposing him was Luis Domingue for the Yotes. We'll start things off in the second period because nothing happened in the first. Face-off win goes to Vatanen. He loses it, but it goes right to Polkinen, who gets to the face-off circle, cuts to the slot, and fires a shot off the left post. Goes in, finds the back of the net. Teemu Polkinen's first goal of the season comes against his former team in the Coyotes. Then the ensuing face-off win goes to Jalmerson. He finds Stepan, over to Verbata, back to Stepan, and some puck movement on the shot from Stepan as he makes it a 1-1 tie game, his 18th goal of the season from the former New York Ranger. And now later in the second, Jonas Brodin sends it around the boards, but it goes way too far, picked up by Goligoski, who's going to take it into Seattle's zone, cut to the face-off circle, find a cutting Dylan Strome as he finds a backhand around Keith Kincaid. His fourth goal of the season makes it a 2-1 Yotes lead. So now later in the second, Danault coming down the left wing, top of the face-off circle, fires a shot, somehow gets past Domingue, and it's tied up once again at 2. Danault's 9th goal of the season, and then around 8 seconds left in the second, the Yotes get stuffed there on the blue line. Danault coming down the left wing once again, just trying to get it on net, and it somehow gets in between the legs of Domingue. 5-hole goal for Danault, his second of the game, makes it a 3-2 Emeralds lead. Now late third period, the slap shot from Polak goes off the pads. It's picked up by the Yotes. They're going the other way. Stepan gets around his D-man and then fires a rocket over the shoulder of Keith Kincaid. Makes it a 3-3 game on his second goal of the night. They would head to overtime. Seattle in Gretzky's office now, skating to the top of the blue line, pass over to Vatanen, pass over to Danault. He cannot put the one-time ring, saved by Domingue. And now down below, pass over to Tierney from Yarncroke. That also is stopped. And now here, Yarncroke needs the score to keep his team alive in the shootout. He cannot do that. And the Arizona Coyotes win this one in a shootout, 4-3 over the Seattle Emeralds. Now we pick things up in Boston as Seattle travels to TD Garden to take on the Bees. And in between the pipes for the Bruins was their backup Anton Khudobin, while in between the pipes for Seattle is Michael Neuwirth, the starter, back in net. So late first period here, pass back to D, a slap shot, an absolute clap bomb from Sami Vatanen, finds the top corner through all the traffic. His 8th goal of the season makes it a 1-0 Seattle lead. Here we have Carlo finding Bergeron, quick little snapshot in between the face-off circles, and it finds a corner, ties the game at 1 on his 17th goal of the season for Patrice Bergeron. Second period action, Pulock Dumoulin, back to Pulock, slap shot, finds the top corner somehow. The slap shots to the blue line from the D-men are working for the Seattle team. Pulock's first goal of the season since being called up from the AHL to take the place of the traded Demers. And then he scores again on a slap shot. This time he tucks it around the goalie on his right side, gets around the skate. Now we move on to the third period, a breakout pass. Letetsu uses his speed to get around everybody and then tucks it over the shoulder of Khudobin. Makes it a 4-1 lead for the Emeralds. And now it's 4-2. Later on in the third, a pass is picked off from Kevin Miller by Jimmy Hayes, and the Dorchester, Mass native, against his hometown team, his former team, Jimmy Hayes scores his 5th goal of the season, makes it a 5-2 game, and then he comes down, fires a slap shot, and gets that past Khudobin, and now that's the 6th goal of the game for the Emeralds, makes it a 6-2 game, and now slap shot from the blue line goes wide, but it goes right to Reed Boucher, who smacks it out of midair, and it goes into the net. 7-2 is your score, Boucher's 15th goal of the season, and that would be your final in this one. 7-2, Seattle absolutely dominates the Boston Bruins here in Boston. Jimmy Hayes, the Dorchester, Mass native, with 2 goals against his hometown team and his former team. Ryan Pulock also 2 goals, his first 2 goals of the season. And now that we've shown those 2 games, we are now through the month of January, and we're going to be heading into February. So at the end of January, our Seattle Emeralds are sitting at 25-19-6, which once again is still somehow second place in the Central Division. So we're getting a few months into the season now, getting into the really heart of the season, and we're still second place in the Central. So this team somehow is still winning games. They're still getting it done. And as far as the points leaders go, there's Letetsu and Calle Jarnkrok are both tied for 37 for the team lead. And then they are followed by Sami Vatanen, who has 33 points. Philip Deneau has 32 points, and then Reed Boucher had an electrifying month of January. He is now up to top 5 on the team. He's 5th with 28 points. 19 of those are goals, and that is actually the team lead on the Seattle Emeralds in goals. So Reed Boucher is pretty much going to be locked to be a 20-goal scorer, and he has a chance to be a 30-goal scorer here for the Seattle Emeralds in their first season in franchise history. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Seattle Emeralds expansion franchise as we get ready to embark upon the month of February. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.